Let's go ahead. Hey everyone, this is Gilberto from Maverick Media Lab, and I'm here with Brad Osterman from ADPI. He's one of our clients, and he's going to be talking about how he's been able to grow his referral partnership in the last couple months. Brad, I really appreciate you hopping on with us. Welcome on.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it, Gilberto.
And just so that the audience has a bit of context on who you are, can you give us just a kind of short breakdown on your background and a little bit about who you are?
Yeah, I'm a recently retired 20-year military officer that went a different direction altogether. And I was hired by Active Duty Passive Income. It's actually a real estate education, cash flow investing education company. We've got about a 60,000 plus group of very zealous home buyers, investment buyers, and I'm the lending director of education for that. But I'm also the producing branch manager of the mortgage company that is partnered with that, the education company. So a lot of leads come in from there, but my desire was to build up my own local business in the market because I am licensed in 27 states and my team of 8 covers 43. So this was an attempt to just increase my own book of business in the local market.
Nice. And let's talk a little bit more about that. So when it came to kind of like the biggest struggles when it came to growing your realtor referral partnerships, what were some of those things holding you back from expanding those connections and growing that realtor base?
Time. I didn't have time. I was so busy with the referral business I was getting from my existing relationship that leaving the office for 3 or 4 hours to go have lunch or coffee was the productivity wasn't worth it. I couldn't make it happen. I've closed 2 loans in my local market in 2.5 years. That's how tied to the desk I've been, and you guys kind of got me out of that.
Nice. And tell us a bit more about that. Was that something you were doing previously, like kind of going out there to, like, let's say coffee shops, meeting with agents? What were some of the things that you tried before you were working with us?
You're going to laugh. I wasn't doing anything. The lead source relationship I have with Active Duty Passive Income was pushing leads into my system at a point where I couldn't keep up with the business I had. And so I was neglecting my local market and I was just wasting opportunity. And I just chose to sit here and work rather than go out and meet new partners.
And tell us, like, now, what does it look like? What does your kind of day-to-day look like with the appointments, and talk to us about like the results that you've seen so far?
Well, now I'm even tied to the desk more so, but it does allow me to get out to meet individual real estate agents. It gives me an opportunity, a reason to go out and actually, grip and grin with them. Where before I didn't have time to go sit in a coffee shop and pan for people. So my day is booked solid. If I'm not talking to a client, I'm talking to a real estate agent, which is exactly what I should be doing. And your team has really filled that calendar up wonderfully, almost too wonderful at times.
Yeah, that's what you were just telling me before we had started there. The team is really like stacking your calendar up there. And tell us about like the referrals. I know you've got one that's coming up and closing in about a week or so. Tell us about like the results that you've seen so far in terms of like referrals and closed deals as well.
Yeah, I at the beginning, the agents I was talking to they were kind of cold. Maybe my approach wasn't right, but I worked on my approach. I set up a process to capture and commit and increase my no-show or decrease my no-show rate. And I probably have 17, 18 real estate partners that I would consider one, and that I'm one of their primary lenders. We are in a horrible market, so I'm not expecting every real estate agent to pass me leads every day, but I have one that's in escrow with a promise of a second because they're so happy with the performance that the sister has already been referred to me. And I probably have 17 or 18 day-to-day loan officers that I communicate with probably once or twice a week, and who have flipped me leads that are somewhere in my pipeline. So all in 4 or 5 months in, I've probably received maybe, I don't know, 30 leads that have promise, with the promise of my own CRM dripping campaigns to other real estate agents that need nurturing. And then of course they just keep putting more folks on the calendar every day.
Nice. Love it. Love it. And how fast did that, the one in escrow, how fast did that come? You had mentioned that was relatively fast, right? That referral that came in.
Well, I mean, I started talking to her, and about 3 or 4 minutes into the conversation, she'd already emailed me the lead and asked me to call her because they were having trouble with their other lender. So that was quick. She was just happy to have somebody that knew what they were talking about, because she was working with a big box lender that was throwing them over the bench. So
I think that's the fastest. You've hit the record for our clients on like the fastest you've gotten a referral. The second fastest would be from one of our clients, Chris, who got he got a referral the next day. But you got it within 3 minutes. So
yeah,
that's by far the the fastest so far.
yeah.
I was gonna ask you, like, with what you've seen so far, like the appointments coming in, like what have you found to be like the most valuable part of, you know, what we're doing for you? Like, what's the part that's been kind of like your favorite aspect of this for you?
It's the initial introduction, just getting a real estate agent to commit to a calendar time, and then the follow through, just making sure they're reminded that that call is coming. And with a little bit of coaching from you, I'm going to increase my or decrease my no show rate even more. But it's just making that initial connection and convincing them that it's worth their time to connect with me.
Got it. Basically, like the most time intensive part. That's the part where it's been like just saving time, right? Honestly, like even just shortcutting the whole, like getting to the agent, finding a time that works, following up prior to it, and all that kind of stuff. Shortcutting that time is what you're referring to, right?
Yeah, I don't have time to go out there and comb through the internet looking for real estate agents,
Yeah.
and that the work that you're doing there, to find those folks and get them, at least give me a shot at them, absolutely worth everything we've done.
Love it. And what was it that made you make the leap of faith and move forward on this? Because I know when you had started, it wasn't necessarily like the best time in the market. This was after like the rate hike that happened. So kind of walk us through like your process, your thought process and decision making when it came to moving forward on this.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even remember. I can't remember how I found you. And after the first couple conversations, the idea of the service made sense to me. And in my situation, not being able to leave to go do what needed to be done to do those things, I would have lost money trying to make money. And to me, it was an investment in time. I bought time back, which allowed me to generate revenue at a much higher rate from this chair rather than from the Starbucks down the street. So it was a leap of faith. It's almost like timeshare sales. You kind of go, it sounds great. And then you step away and you go, wait a minute, what did I just do? But in the end, it has been absolutely everything I'd hoped for and then some.
I love hearing that. I love hearing that. What what would you say to someone who is on the fence or might be in that position that you were back, let's say when you first talked to us, when you were kind of, considering whether to do this or not? What would you say to that person who's like kind of on the fence and considering doing this?
Well, I'd say look at your market penetration. If you already have a system and you're getting constant new referrals on your own, I don't know, maybe it isn't right for you, but no one's doing that. No one's got market penetration. No one's there's more real estate agents than there are houses for sale in the market. So to get it at the quantity and to be able to comb through the quality without having to spend your own time doing it is worth every penny invested.
And one thing I'm curious about too, because I know even before our call, before we started recording here, you'd mentioned you get a lot of marketing calls and all that kind of stuff. What was it that made you move forward with this as compared to like, other marketing companies that might be like soliciting you and all that kind of stuff? Like, what was it that made you say, yes, like I want to move forward with Maverick?
You're not going to be able to use this, but I don't remember how I found you.
Yeah.
But
No
when I
worries.
found you, your approach, your method, and your promise was more than anything I saw anywhere else. And the fact that I found it, however I found it, was so much better than it finding me.
Love it. Love it. Well, I'm extremely glad that you have like amazing results, that you're extremely happy with it. And I really thank you for your time as well, hopping on and just kind of sharing your honest feedback, just being transparent about the results and all that kind of stuff. I really appreciate, you taking that leap of faith and choosing us to help you grow your business.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
All right.